Hey, what's up guys, Midge HD here. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Transaero 747-400 by Inflight in a 1 to 200 scale. Check the description in case you missed anything throughout this video. My Facebook and Twitter links will be down there, as well as the website where I pre-ordered this from, which was jetwaymodels.com. This is my 21st 747 model and it's my first Transaero model. Some information about Transaero. Their main hubs were out of Moscow, Vnukovo and St. Petersburg, and their secondary hubs were Sochi and Yekaterinburg. They were founded on the 28th of December 1990 and commenced operations on the 5th of November 1991. However, Transaero filed for bankruptcy on the 1st of October 2015 and announced that it would cease all operations by 15 December 2015. However, Russian authorities revoked its operating license on the 26th of October 2015. Transaero were also in the process of introducing a new livery and logo, and it was applied to some of their aircraft just before their shutdown. So they hadn't been operating that long, about 25 years or so. Their fleet, their final fleet size before shutdown consisted of 2 737-300s, 4 737-400s, 10 737-500s, 12 737-800s, 9 747-400s, 2 767-200ERs, 8 767-300ERs, 2 777-200s, 6 777-200ERs, 4 777-300s, and 3 Tupolev Tu-214s. So that was a total of 62 aircraft. They also had another, another 64 unfilled aircraft, including the A320neo, A380, 747-8. But yeah, obviously they cannot take those orders up now. Right before shutdown, they also served 156 destinations. This aircraft's first flight was on the 27th of October 1992. It was delivered to Transaero, however, in 13 December 2007, because the Boeing customer code for this aircraft is 44, and that is South African Airways customer code. I'm not sure when South African Airways actually received it. It was in 1992. I'm not sure the actual date, but yeah, it was initially purchased by SAA. Okay, so let's take a look around the box here. Okay, so we've got Transaero in Russian at the top. We've got the two different models that were released by Inflight. So I have the top one just in their regular livery, and then the bottom one, I'm not sure what the livery was called, but you know, it's a bunch of handprints all over it. Boeing 747-400 and the licenses Inflight. On the back of the box, nothing spectacular. Inflight and the warnings. On the top, we have the model that I have got, and then the other one on the bottom. Okay, so let's take a look inside. And there we have the model. Alright guys, the model is now out of the box, but first I'll show you this. This is the card that you get with all the in-flight models. It's limited edition. It doesn't have the number which they usually have, you know, how many were made, but it does say it's Transaero 747-400. It's got the registration number, and then on the back we've just got that. Okay, so now let's take a look around the aircraft. And we'll start here at the cockpit windows on the port side. Alright, so we have the cockpit windows, window wipers, pitot tube, static ports. And then on the gear door we have part of the registration number, BVR. Then we have Transaero's titles in Russian. The inboard landing lights. And then we have the Rolls-Royce RB211-524H engines with also the Rolls-Royce logo on the engine's nacelle. And now let's see if they spin. Okay, that one spins. So there's this one. Yep. And this one. And the last one. Also, it should be there. No, I don't see the landing lights right there. Obviously, there should be landing lights. I'm pretty sure on previous Inflight 747s there were landing lights. Anyway. Continuing along the wing to the winglet, got their logo and then the red navigation light. Such beautiful winglets on the 747. Okay, so there we have the Russian flag. I'm not sure if Transaero were actually a Russian flag carrier. Boeing 747. The registration number VP-BVR or Victor Papa Bravo Victor Romeo. And then we've got Transaero's logo on the tail. Okay, so let's take a look at the APU now. APU looks very nice, and below the APU exhaust there are strobe lights. Okay, now the cockpit windows on the starboard side now. We have pitot tube, static ports, window wipers, part of the registration on the gear door, Transaero titles, front cargo container door, got the landing lights, board landing lights there, hopefully you can see them well enough. The RB211 engines, and then on the winglet got the logo and then the green navigation light. Back onto the fuselage, we have the Russian flag, rear cargo container door, bulk bin door, Boeing 747, registration number, and then the logo on the tail. Okay. Let's take a look underneath the aircraft now. Alright, so there we have the nose gear, an antenna, the naked ducts, another antenna, Inflight logo, beacon light, main gears, gear doors, underneath the wing, flap slats, ailerons, also got the little piece sticking out there next to the aileron, that's the fuel dump valve, underneath the engines here. And the same on the side, but with the registration number. Alright, continuing down, we have the hole for the stand, two antennas, got the cabin pressure relief valves, those two squares, another antenna, and then the APU housing. Alright, on top of the aircraft now, the cockpit emergency escape hatch, anti-collision light, 2 antennas, ADF antennas, on top of the wing, flap slats, ailerons and spoilers. So the logo there on the inside of the winglet, and the same on the side. Okay, we have the SATCOM and Wi-Fi box, antenna, and then 2 grey dots on each horizontal stabilizer at the ends there. They're all pretty much on top of the elevators there. They are the logo lights that light up the tail at night time. Okay. Alright, so let's go through the seating of this aircraft, although it's almost pointless since they're not operating anymore. But there were 6 configurations I will point out. However, I'll just go through the configuration for this aircraft. So we have the upper deck, business class, 12 seats, rows 1 to 3. And that's from here to here, then here to here is economy, 30 seats, rows 5 to 9. And then on the main deck, we have 480 economy seats. That's the entire main deck, rows 10 to 12, 14 to 29, and 31 to 71. That's a total of 522 seats, which is, yeah, fairly dense for a 747. Although their least dense one got down to about 390, maybe 400. But they were primarily using them on, they were high dense routes anyway, so like to Phuket, and just, you know, domestic European routes as well. Okay, so let's go through some features of this model. So we have rolling landing gear. The gear doesn't tilt because it's an in-flight model. The gears are not magnetically removable, so they're fixed in the gear down position. But the front gear does swivel. And the good thing about these gears on in-flight is that because they're fixed, they don't need to worry about the gears having difficulty to roll. Like on JC Wings or Gemini Jets models, these roll really nicely, and the gears, the tyres themselves, pretty well simulated. They feel very nice. They look fairly realistic as well and scaled down properly. That's always been a good thing with in-flight, even though they're not magnetically removable or tilting with the 747s. Alright, so now I'll show you guys the stand here. So it's the basic in-flight stand you typically get. Now, over the past few months, they've been introducing stands with the 747s. So it's an all-metal stand, so you've got the plaque there. This piece came separated inside the box, so I just screwed it on. Just be careful with there is a nut that you can access through there, and so the screw's already in there when it comes in the box. And just be careful when you unscrew the screw to put this piece on, whatever it's called, that, you know, the nut doesn't fall out and it gets lost somewhere. So just be careful of that. And yeah, apart from that, let's put this aircraft on the stand now. And I think that's in the entire way. Yes, because it only turns that far. Okay, I feel that's in properly. So this is going to be the end of the video here, guys. I really hope you did enjoy. Please leave a like if you did. Comment, tell me what you think of this model. Tell me if you're going to get it. Subscribe for more. I have one more unboxing on the way. Go check out my previous 3 model unboxings. Also, share this video so other people can know about it and see if they want to get it as well. I would recommend getting it. You wouldn't see another Transaero model released. And you know, if you're a 747 lover, you've got to have it. I'm honestly really happy I got it, considering, you know, the airline's not around anymore. And I think the colours really work with the 747, although it does remind me a little bit of British Airways, but I really like it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.